Hey everyone, how's it going? And today, we will be continuing the themes of a rich billionaire vowing to protect the city by going back to The Spider, as we cover The Businessman from Hell. Published in 2013, Spider, The Businessman from Hell, was the second volume of the short-lived Dynamite series, where we followed the misadventures of Richard Wentworth, aka The Spider, a brutal vigilante who enjoys being a masked avenger, while at the same time living a pretty miserable life. Last time we saw him, it was during the Halloween season, where he had to deal with a literal zombie queen. Does he deal with any more horrifying foes? Well, let's dive into The Spider, the Businessman from Hell, and find out.
Warning, spoilers.
So, this story begins with actually a one-shot story, as the Spider deals with a terrifying foe by the name of Lazarus, a twisted, horrific serial killer who, Biz, what? It's April. Oh, yeah, I gotta, give me a second. Gotta make a few calls. So, yeah, no, we're talking about Garfield minus Garfield, and I'm not alone. I got Lunar and, Sean.
It is I, Sean the artist, of the secret identity of Werner Herzog. I have betrayed my own schedule in order to participate in this cacophony on the internet.
And I am a superpowered werewolf. That's what you're getting, people.
Is the lore that we have subscribed to. That is the fantasy that we have draped over the eyes of a willing public. Let us proceed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have a script for this, so we're just improvising the fuck out of it. Yeah, essentially, Garfield minus Garfield is a webcomic that was done by Dan Walsh, and apparently it got so popular that Jim Davis, like the creator of Garfield, decided to come down to the heavens and bestow his blessing and officially publish this in 2008. So, yes, This is canon. With Garfield, technically. You could argue, because of how fucking weird and depressing it gets sometimes, you could see this as, this is what John is dealing with after Garfield died of his eventual diabetes.
You could also see it as possibly a prequel to that Ryan Reynolds movie, Voices, where Ryan Reynolds played a psychopath who thought his cat and dog were talking to him, which, according to internet rumor, perhaps was intended to actually be a live-action Garfield horror film.
As my crew and I investigated the story of one man minus his own cat and his dog, poor Odie, we discovered many an interesting phenomena. Perhaps there was never a cat or an Odie. Perhaps, in fact, John merely had concocted these strange protrusions of his imagination to deal with the crippling loneliness of living in Indiana. Truly, perhaps John is the story of the modern man, so lonely that not even inceldom can truly pretend to save his soul. Perhaps he is in fact just like you and I, doomed by an age of utter isolation. Or perhaps his cat is no more, and he copes with it through the grand tulpa his mind has created and has allowed to run rampant through his house and through his Italian food.
But how does that explain Normal?
Normal is the devil!
I mean, that one's kind of obvious.
True.
Yeah.
Normal was foretold in the book of Revelations. They are the great liar and the beast.
Plus, just like Lucifer, he is vain and full of pride.
Would this mean that Garzuka and friends is actually Judaism or Islam?
Actually, it's actually Norse mythology. For when a god dies, they come back from the ashes stronger than ever. But yeah, essentially, it's just a weird-ass series of just John talking to himself and just kind of having to sink in this sad, insignificant man as he just talks to the air and occasionally just eats cat food. I'm not kidding, that's actually one of them. Because since Garfield's not the one to jam it into his mouth, he's just eating it because he just needs to feel something.
To be truly fair to him. It is still a better fate than the one that befell John in the story of the lasagna cat.
Oh, yes. That is so true. And
let's not forget.
Yeah.
Let's not forget. The sex interviews will break a man. Or
Yep.
a woman. Or a non-binary. Or
To be
basically
fair,
anyone.
sitting through them will break you. It is a long sit.
There's not much really to say about art. It's pretty much just, Jim Davis's art. The guy just kind of removed Garfield from it, so it's not a big deal. Again, it's just a really...
Okay, I've escaped from the bowels of Werner Herzog. I have one thing to say.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the version of, like, Garfield minus Garfield, but they replace John's face with, like, the face of that one guy from the Control-Alt-Delete comic Loss?
No, actually.
No.
Yes, it's kind of hilarious how well it fits.
Huh.
It could be worse.
You get
don't know
back
if I just
inside of me.
saw
Oh, no! And once again, Werner Herzog will reign supreme across the kingdoms of man.
Much on your handle, Henry Killinger.
But there is one who might defeat me, for they are foretold in legend. And they are, oh no, it is I, Eldritch Cat Williams!
Okay. Before this gets even crazier, bottom line, it's a pretty decent book. Again, good for a cheap laugh. Or if you want to get high and look deep into something that really you shouldn't try to look too deep into, because once you look at the abyss, it will look back at you, and if you blink, God help you.
Much like you turn off the lights in a completely windowless room at night.
Yep.
I don't recommend doing that if you're easily spooked or by things and don't like having spatial awareness.
Yep.
And I can foretell through the power of Eldritch Cat Williams that you will experience true horror as you gaze upon the absence of Garfield, the existential dread, and you will also probably smell something like a hard-boiled egg being opened up. It is an odd mental sensation that one should experience at least once in your lifetime, much like how the Peacemaker's racist dad told him that you gotta experience scabies at least once.
Found yourself.
Yep. Anyway. Yeah, so, I don't know. Like, I would rate this, like, I don't know. I give it, like, a B minus. I think that's generous.
I give it a mayonnaise and a ketchup.
And I give it flute.
Okay. I guess that's decent enough. So, I guess that's a wrap. I'll probably cover more Garfield-related stuff later this month, though probably going to be a lot shorter videos, so I don't know. Consider them Garfield minis or whatever. I don't know. I do Disney minis whenever I go to Disneyland.
Home.
Yeah.
And kids at home, remember, be on the lookout for Garzuka versus Invincible. Let's be honest here, it's Amazon. They'll probably try to milk Invincible as long as they have with the boys.
And look, Invincible teamed up with the Tick and Savage Dragon, and one of those guys fought giant penis monsters. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Anyway, I'm Biz.
Wait. I gotta ask.
Yeah?
Please tell me it wasn't the Tick that had to fight penis monsters. I love the Tick.
No. It was Savage.
They had to fight Martin the Martian, Marvin the Martian parody.
Yep. No.
That's fine, then.
No, it was Savage Dragon that fought the giant penis monsters along with Captain Tootsie.
I gotta say it now, guys.
Yeah.
What is with the sexual proclivities, predilections, and overall psychosis that has governed the existence of Savage Dragon's creator?
This way, he knows he's not going to get as famous as Spawn at this point. He knows he's not going to be as mimetically bad as Youngblood, so he's trying to find his own niche among the OG image creators, because let's be honest here, there's no way anyone's coming near Jim Lee as far as success goes.
I'm not even here to diss him for having porn as content, but you gotta warn a guy.
One page, standard superhero action, that's actually pretty good and pretty decently drawn. Next page, porn.
Yeah.
Where it's just basic, like, you just start hearing the porn music start playing in the back of your head, or worse, start hearing a version of the Puma Man theme. Oh, Puma Man, he flies like a moron. He's flying to you when his pants are down. Puma Man, please zip up your pants now. I am so scared and I am alone.
Okay, I was planning to wrap this up because, well, we kind of are done talking about the topic at hand, but I kind of want to keep going. But I feel like if we keep going, we're going to be here all day because... Look, if this video gets enough views, I promise my viewers that if it breaks at least 200 views, we will do, like, an uncut podcast on either Sean's channel or Lunar's channel, because for some reason my channel will not allow hour-long videos anymore. I don't know why. We will do a whole video where we just talk about the insanity that is Savage Dragon. That, I make a promise.
Well, let's make a pact right here.
Yeah.
6 months' time, we'll do it. And if it's not, and if we break that promise, well, probably nothing will happen. It's a self-imposed challenge. But something could happen if we break it.
Yeah. Look, we'll wait 6 months to see if this video gets like 200 views. If it gets 200 views, then we gotta do it. And by the way,
and if you want to see more stuff involving me or just more stuff off the cuff like this, then please comment in the bar below. My pants are already on.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, and also check out Sean's channel. He does some really great animations, and he even reviews some really crazy shit like Crisis Young, the series where a man has to fight demon hemorrhoids and men with chainsaw dicks. I am not kidding. That is real. Look it up.
Basically, Red Man.
Francais. Let's go chainsaw fencing with my penis.
Yeah, anyway.
Otherwise known as Mentally Advanced Chainsaw Man meets Fist of the North Star with a bizarre mix of He-Man in there.
Also, extremely progressive gender politicking.
Yes, true.
Indeed.
Anyway, bottom line, minus Garfield, decent book to read. Image Comics has a weird-ass history. Savage Dragon, especially. We will talk about more about Savage Dragon, uncensored and uncut, if this gets 200 views. And besides that, thanks for watching or listening. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for updates. Follow me on Blue Sky. And, yeah, I'm Biz.
I'm Lunar.
And I'm Sean.
And we'll see you later.